Coole Tausendsacher sind gleich bei uns im Live-Interview. Musiktechnisch kann der gute Herr ungefähr alles. Ich freue mich wahnsinnig, dass wir gleich mit Scott Paris aus Ohio reden, hier live. Natürlich hat er uns auch seine Musik mitgebracht und ich bin schon richtig gespannt, was er uns so zu erzählen hat. Ich hoffe, ihr auch. Was uns sonst noch musikalisch in der nächsten Stunde erwartet, hören wir jetzt kurz mal rein. Willkommen bei der Hörbar. Ich bin Jonathan Heck. Ich freue mich, dass ihr hier seid. Singer, Songwriter, Bassist, Gitarrist und Produzent. Das ist nicht etwa eine ganze Band, die heute bei uns zu Gast ist. Im Moment ist die Rede von Scott Paris aus Ohio. Er ist ein Allround-Musiker und produziert außerdem seit 2021 eigene Songs in seinem Projekt The Paris Account. I'm going to switch to English now because Scott is here with us live from Ohio. So, Scott, nice that you're here. Lovely to have you here. Hi, Scott.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
I love it. So, I read you loved music since you were a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe you can tell me which musicians did influence your recent music style most? What would you say?
Oh, I love all kinds of music. So I grew up in the 1990s. I'm in my 40s now. So here at that time, it was grunge, it was Nirvana and Alice in Chains and things like that. And then I got into electronic music and hip hop and all kinds of just so much music, as much as I could take in. And then that everything kind of changes what you make. Everything that you love that's new changes what your output is. And lately, I mean, I love things like the Gorillaz, and I love things that are beat-driven and danceable. I love Tame Impala. I love Queens of the Stone Age. Anything that kind of makes you dance a little bit when you hear it, or drive down the road faster when you play it loud. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
That's my favorite stuff. So that's what I try to sound like too. It's for fast driving when loud.
I think you can feel that. You're a multifaceted musician. You're a singer, a songwriter, bassist, guitarist, producer. How come that you play so many instruments?
Because there's nothing to do in Ohio. We're very bored people. We're very bored. No, I got lucky. Again, I grew up in the 90s, and we didn't really, the internet hadn't come out yet, if you can imagine.
Yeah,
I
do.
Okay, so there were no cell phones, there was no internet. I learned guitar because it filled the hours of my day. It gave me something to do. And then starting a band with your friends is a great thing that costs nothing, pretty much, once you have the instruments, and you can play in your basement all night long for free. And that was a great thing.
I love that.
As a young person, it was like, we spent all of our hours. I mean, we rehearsed 2-3 nights a week, and it was the best. It was the best. So you get a little.
When did you start? When did you start actually taking classes, or did you just like learn from your friends?
Both. I started lessons at about 10 or 11 years old. And they were loose lessons. Like, I can't even read sheet music. It was very beginner. And then, like I said, it was just hours of doing it and failing and then trying again, getting a little better, and then trying something more difficult and failing and trying again. Sitting behind a drum kit for the yeah.
Yeah, that process is just beautiful. I think that is how music is going to evolve eventually.
And now it's so nice with you can produce from home now. I mean, you can record on a laptop. That didn't exist back then. So it's so, if you grew up the way I did, it's so easy to make an album now because you have the old knowledge of how we used to do it and all the new technology to make it faster and just produce all the time. So
your project is called the Paris Accord. What exactly are you referring to when you say project?
It's because I'm playing all the parts myself. So it's hard to call it a band because no one else is in it really except me until we play live. And then I've got my good friends who know the parts of the song. So we can play a big, concert and it will sound the way it's supposed to. But when I record the music, when I write it, it's just me. So that's why I figure that's called a project and not a band.
Well, that's pretty nice.
I don't know if that's correct, but that's usually what I.
Well, I understand what you mean, and
yeah,
I hope you have a lot of fun.
I love it. It's my creative outlet,
Yeah. So we're gonna listen to one of your new songs. We're going to listen to Old Horns. Could you describe this song for us in 3 words?
Ooh. Haunted house story.
All right, so let's listen. Thank you and see you after this song. Das war Old Horns von Paris Accord, der jetzt auch hier bei uns live ist auf M94.5. Ihr hört die Hörbar mit mir, Jonathan. Der Produzent Scott Paris, der hinter dem Projekt The Paris Accord steht, ist hier bei uns und er erzählt uns gerade von seinem neuen Album. Paris, nice to have you back.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Hear me. Nice. Awesome. So I have a couple more questions.
Sure.
You released your new album, Old Horns, in the end of August. How has the response been thus far for you?
It's been amazing so far. This is the 3rd or 4th release for Paris Accord. And yeah, the response is great. And like we were saying kind of off air, the music is mostly me. I make all the parts and write all the songs. So when it's received well, that feels really good. Because it's almost like someone going, hey, I like you. Like, you know, if they didn't like it, I can't blame anyone but myself. I can't go, oh, well, the drummer screwed up that day or the guitar player. I'm going to fire him later because it's all me.
Well, you could say that as part of a joke, I think.
I might use that.
You do, but you don't need to reference me.
Okay.
I'm fine with that. Before the release of your album, you mentioned on Instagram that you will be reducing the amount of live performances you play due to anxiety and burnout. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a difficult topic. I kind of think, how did these feelings come into play when you were writing the album itself?
Sure. So I made my living from being a professional musician for 15 years. I played 4 nights a week, kind of all over my area, within 3-4 hours of my house. And then I actually went on tour around the States from 2018 to the pandemic of 2020. And most of those nights were 3-hour performances, and I'd say 90% cover songs, like other people's songs, because that's how you make the most if you're a performing artist and no one knows who you are. You know, because I'm not a very popular original artist yet, trying to be. So to make a living, you kind of have to play what's popular in the bars and the restaurants and wherever you go. And it just got, I mean, that was a long time. It just got taxing, and people's attitudes here have changed a lot. And it just, I don't know, the grind of it was getting to me.
Yeah.
I have children, and they're getting older, and I'd like to be home more, just to hang out with them. I was home during the day anyway. I'd perform at night, and I'd spend my days with my kids when they were babies, and now they're in high school. So I'd like to be here when they're here. And so I do other things for work now. And music has kind of, I'm reclaiming it as just what I love and what's for fun and what's for me. And less of the, oh yeah, I'll write that jingle, and oh yeah, I can show up and sing those songs for you, and yeah, I'll play at your wedding. I did a lot of that for years, so that was what burned me out a little bit.
I think so. It's hard to start saying no, I guess. Like if there's people like they want you to do something, well, no, not for me.
It is very hard. I love to make people happy, so I love to say yes, and it's very hard to say no. I still have that problem. I'm still turning down people who ask me to play at something, and I go, no, I'm sorry. I'll get you someone else. I know other people that do what I do. I can get you another person.
That's good.
And then
I'm glad that you're looking after yourself also, because your music is pretty nice, and I think you need to be sane or healthy to produce music, to be like, okay, this is helping me right now. So what are your plans for the future right now? Are you concentrating on producing and writing, or more on the other stuff, just as you released your new album?
I'm always thinking of new music. My phone is full of little bits of ideas for music and lyric pieces. So always working on something. I play bass for another touring band called Hey Monet. So those are good friends of mine, and that's a lot of fun. And that kind of takes the stress off me, because I don't write the music for them. I just help them play it. And then, like I said, Paris Accord is my outlet. And
Yeah.
honestly, like you said, mental health wise and everything, this is a great outlet. If I'm stressed about something, I can write a song about it and I can kind of release that feeling. It's almost like being your own psychiatrist, and a song happens because of it. So there's a lot of me in that music if you listen to the lyrics.
Yeah. So will we see you again in a Stream Live concert? And if so, on which platform are we able to watch you here from Germany?
Do you guys do Facebook? Yeah.
Yes.
Facebook,
yes.
Instagram, stuff like that.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
perfect.
Actually,
so we just follow you, and then
please.
We're gonna. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, usually
So
I do it from here. I know that listeners can't see what we see, but I have a little
But
setup
I can.
here. Yeah, it looks like I'm at the beach here, and I've got the lights and the microphones. So sometimes I just
Looks
sit here
very
with
relaxing.
I sit here with a guitar and sing for people sometimes online. That got me through the pandemic. I did a lot of that when we were stuck at home. So
yeah, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
It was, Scott, it was so nice to talk to you. I love that you listened to M94.5. Also, ihr habt's gehört. Ein musikalischer Arounder. Scott Paris ist Musiker und Produzent und sein Projekt The Paris Accord. Im August hat er sein neues Album jetzt gedroppt, Old Horns, veröffentlicht, und im Song Kinda Glad It's Over verarbeitet er die Angstzustände, über die wir gerade geredet haben. Vielleicht findet ihr euch selbst ja in diesem Song wieder. In den Song hören wir gleich rein. Jetzt sage ich erstmal Thank you, Scott, for doing this interview.
My pleasure, thank you.
Thank you so much. Ihr alle könnt gerne reinhören, und wir hören jetzt noch einen Song, Kinda Glad It's Over von The Paris Accord.